I sleep terribly. With my endometriosis, I get a lot of pain.
Okay, let's try 2 together and hold. So just open your mouth, hold. Okay, much better. Clary Sage. That's a really nice mix then. So this is the part where I'm just having a little feel, tune into the body. And feeling into your hips, see what your pelvis is telling me, because a lot of endometriosis can be caused because of misalignment of the pelvis. Then picking it up, squeezing between 2 hands and thumbs. Let go, let go. I've got you. The sphenoid is highly important that it's aligned correctly. So, Skye, welcome to the Boppy.
Thank you.
And I'm going to treat you to an amazing core therapy today. That's what you've booked, yeah?
Yes.
Now, I've got your consultation form already. You gave that to me online. Just remind me of a couple of key bits, like the main reason you're here today.
I'm here mainly just to get a bit of a reset, I think. Bit of a relaxation. I've always suffered with insomnia. I sleep terribly, and at the moment I'm on chemically induced menopause to do with my endometriosis, and that's making me sleep even worse.
Right.
So sleep is not a great thing for me, and then obviously with my endometriosis I get a lot of pain and stuff as well.
Yeah.
But just a bit of a relax and reset and stuff like that, to be honest.
I do that, and you will feel that during and after the treatment. Hopefully for a few days you'll feel
Fabulous.
a lot better. But I like to help people. I like to help heal them if possible. And I'm going to do my best from what you've told me in the consultation form to try and press the reset button on some of those things that might be going wrong.
That would be great.
So in core therapy, we look for these triggers. There's like 5 main things that can offset the body on the wrong path, and then that creates even more problems, and you're way away from that original place that went wrong. But if we can correct that, it might just bring you back, and it might solve lots of other things that you didn't even know were wrong. So
amazing.
Your eyes might be brighter, your skin might be healthier and glowing, your digestive system might perform better, you might be in less pain, you might not realise you're in pain at the moment. And, I mean, obviously with endometriosis you know that you're in pain.
Sometimes you definitely do. It's not nice.
I treat quite a lot of endo. And I was talking to a lady at the weekend who also had something called, very similar, you might have heard of it, called adenometriosis.
Yes.
Which sounds horrendous.
Yeah, I have that as well on top of my endo.
Do you?
Yes.
Okay.
So that's, I think, localised within the womb, and then endo is more wherever it wants to go, I think, is my understanding.
Yeah, I mean, you probably know far more than me. I'm sure you've done your research. So endometriosis, maybe for the viewers, is where parts of the womb cells migrate and they travel to other parts of the body. So they may just travel locally. They could go up the fallopian tubes to the ovaries. Unfortunately, they can travel even further than that. They can go through the blood system or the immune system, and then they can even end up in the lungs and in muscle and other parts of the body. So not a great feeling, because every month that one would shed the womb, those womb cells will also shed wherever they are. So incredibly painful.
Not great, not great.
And it can make you feel sick. It can, obviously, you wouldn't be able to work.
Nausea, sickness, all that fun stuff. Not
great. Okay. Whereas adenometriosis is where the lining of the womb sticks to the fascia next to it, I believe. I'd like to know more about this.
I know less about the adenomyosis, to be honest, as it was kind of, I had surgery recently for my endo, and it was just kind of like brought up within that, but they're still doing a lot of searching to do with my endo, because I have another surgery I believe fairly soon. So that's kind of just been brought up and then plopped to the side, I think, because I think the endo is the worst part.
It's more severe.
So I'm still learning a lot about it myself, to be honest, and figuring it all out. But
do you know where the endo cells have ended up so far?
Everywhere.
Okay.
The surgeon, bless her, she went, "Oh, it's a bit of a mess in there." And I was like, weird. So currently my my uterus and my bowel are stuck together.
Right.
And my ovaries are in the wrong place and they're very large and all the rest of it. Lots of cysts and things, mainly mine comes from.
Okay.
But it has stuck some of my internal organs together.
Okay.
So I now need to get them separated.
Okay.
I believe is the long-term goal.
Yeah. Is this NHS?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Do you have a date?
No, not at the moment. I'm still. I've got a follow up in a couple of weeks where I'm hoping I will then know a little bit more about how we're moving forward. So.
Okay. So, as I say, I have treated endo before, and one way that I know successfully treats it is with cupping. So it's quite controversial because fire cupping with glass cups, Chinese cupping, is quite a strong treatment. So you may have seen like the Olympic swimmers and they've got these perfectly round circles on their shoulders. Yeah. That's from fire cupping, and they'll have had it done in order to loosen and soften those muscles ready to race.
Right.
And it's the same thing with internally, so it can happen with soft fascia and organs as well.
Right.
So it can loosen and soften, so especially with things like scar tissue. So anyone who's had operations, the scar isn't only on the outside, it's wherever has had to be cut inside as well. We can have scars deep inside us. And sometimes scar tissue bulks up and it can stick. So it's very gluey and it sticks to whatever's around it. And unless we're constantly moving and shifting and knowing how to release that internal and external scar tissue, it's going to stick there and it will stay there for many years. Never shifting off the womb or the, whatever it's been adjacent to after the surgery. So let's see how we get on today. It might depend if you come back for a couple more or however you feel after today, because I wouldn't normally cup on the first session. I like to get an idea of what's going on in the body with my hands rather than using the cup. I think there's hope there.
But no, that really interests me.
But I've got a few other little techniques up my sleeve that I'd like to use with you today. But I work intuitively, so once I've got my hands on you, I'll know exactly what your body is asking for. And with the kinesiology, I will ask your body. That's really interesting in kinesiology, because quite often if I was to say to you, right, what's the root of everything that's going on? You'd say, I don't know.
Literally.
How did it all start? You tell me. I know when, and I know what pain I'm in, but how it started, don't know. But I can ask your body that.
Amazing.
Because it knows.
Yeah.
Would you like to lie down?
Yes, no, that's great, thank you.
Yeah. Okay, lovely. You comfy?
I am, yes. Your ceiling's very beautiful.
It's not really on camera, is it?
No, it's not, is it? But no, it's really... Obviously, this is beautiful.
Oh, look, lovely little chandelier and all the rafters.
They're fabulous. It's got such character.
Aww. Actually, this is a really old room. It's like 200 years old.
Wow, really?
It is a bothy, so a bothy means a refuge.
Okay.
So it would have been used for the people that worked the land for the big house that's a couple of fields away, for the hall and the family that would have lived there then before it was a hotel.
Oh, wow.
This would have been like a shepherd or a workman's refuge that worked the land, and they'd have had a little fire in there, and I don't think they'd have slept in here, but they would have had their lunch
breaks and stuff.
Breaks,
Oh, that's so interesting.
Got out of the rain. But it was very different when we moved here, because there were filing cabinets all against that wall, no windows.
Oh, wow.
There were fax machines and old telephones and desks. 7 people worked in here.
Really?
And it's tiny.
Wow.
Yeah. And it was like a builder's office that did lots of contract work.
Right.
And it had 2 suspended ceilings, so you didn't see any of the rafters.
Oh.
That's the washing. Oh, sorry.
No, don't worry.
We had 15 people over the weekend for the whole weekend, and so
there's lots of
there's a lot of washing on the
yeah.
night. So yes, you probably see it on the camera, all the washing flying against the
Got to be
window.
done, hasn't it?
It's a hell of a lot of washing. Okay, so I'm really interested to do this with you. So can you raise an arm for me? We're going to do some kinesiology. I'm going to push here, and you're going to hold up. Keep it strong, and hold. Nice. And the other side, and hold. Lovely. And raise a leg. I'm going to push and hold. Okay, just dropping a bit and hold. Okay, let's try 2 together and hold. Okay, and again and hold. Okay, that's better. You're getting an idea of what I'm after. And hold. Okay, legs dropping. I just want to check this side again and hold. So, can you, with this hand, upturn your finger and touch the roof of your mouth at the back of the dome, but not the sicky place. Raise arm and leg again. I'm going to push, you're going to hold up strong and hold. Okay, take your finger out. Let's just do it again and hold. Okay, so I just wanted to check if you're stronger with your finger there or without. It is stronger with, but I just go to check the double side. Okay. So can you use this finger in your mouth now? And then arm and leg this side and hold. Yeah, and then remove your finger and hold. So I'm just going to cover my bases and give you a SBS float.
Okay.
SBS is a Sphenoid synchondrosis, so it's a little hinge point at the very top of the neck. We think our neck sort of ends about this level. It doesn't. It goes all the way up to here, which is about our nose.
Really?
Level, because our jaw comes in front of our neck. We don't think about it much really, but yeah, the head comes, the neck comes right up to here, up to the occiput, yeah. So just above your mouth, where you were just touching, is this, like above it in your head, but actually at the top of the neck, there is this hinge point called the sphenoid synchondrosis.
Okay.
And it is really important that that SBS is in the right place.
Okay.
Like the alignment, the orientation of it.
Yeah.
So it shouldn't be twisted or turned, it should just be flat and level. It's tiny, but it's like the keystone of all the cranial bones in the head. So if that's out, everything will be to some degree out of alignment.
Okay.
Now that will affect sleep. It will definitely affect your hormones.
Okay. Because
your pituitary just sits just above the SBS. And pituitary releases or governs the release of all the hormones of the body.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm just going to have a little feel of your SBS. Are you okay with me doing this?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. So just open your mouth. I'm just going to have a feel where you were, and relax your jaw. Relax, 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 and just breathe. Now I know it's a bit odd because someone's got their finger in your mouth, but it's bizarrely quite a relaxing feeling as well. So just relax, 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 and you may, it's going to feel like a long time, but I'm only here for about a minute or two. And you may be aware of some colours behind your eyelids. You may be aware of some very subtle shifting. We've got, we're right next to some beautiful parkland of that hotel, and there's a dead tree there and another tree that's been struck by lightning, and so there's lots of tree men there, or women, having a look at those trees and taking down some of those limbs. That's all the sawing you can hear. Lovely, really deep energy. So, if you would like to lift arm and leg again and hold, easy. So there's no shake, it's really strong and it's a very confident hold. Let's try the side and hold. Absolutely wonderful. So much better.
That felt a lot easier
than it was. Yeah. I think you'll feel better, even if you left now, I think you'd feel better just from that one thing.
Amazing.
So arm and leg across you and hold. Okay, not as strong as when I did this one and this one, yeah. And hold. Same again. So they're strong, and with someone else I might pass that one, but because I know you are capable of and can achieve a really good strong hold, I know that one can be better.
Okay.
So I think it's your jaw. So when this one fails across you bilaterally, so can you put 2 fingers there just on your jaw hinge and hold? About the same. Can you put those 2 fingers on this side? Lovely, and hold. No, okay, so it's definitely not your right side of the jaw. Can you put 2 fingers there? Doesn't matter which. And hold. That's a bit better. And then put those fingers there. Let's check this side and hold. No, okay, no, I think we'll pass that one then. I think that's okay because it's not that much better without. So, right, very interested to have a feel of your tummy.
Okay.
All right.
That's not a problem.
Can you just remove t-shirt and waistband? Perfect. So I'm just feeling for your hip point here. That's not too sensitive then?
No, that's all right.
Yeah. A little bit red on your navel. Why is that?
Yeah, that's my scar.
Oh, right.
That's it. So I had my laparoscopy before, so I've got there and then little ones here and then there and there.
Right,
yeah.
Okay. Is it sore at all?
Not really.
It's a bit red, but that was from 2 months ago,
Yeah, 2 months ago.
Yeah. Okay, try and relax. Okay, so it feels quite firm. Obviously, you've had an op here recently as well. But what I'm feeling for here is part of the digestive system called the ICV, the iliosacral valve.
Okay.
And this is another key place in core therapy that can go wrong, one of those foundational misfits. So with 2 fingers, can you touch where I am now, just deep in that point, and just give me a straight arm? I'm going to push here, you're going to hold up and hold. Okay, it's not too bad. Let's just check a few other places.
Okay.
Nice flat hand here, yeah. And then give me an arm again and hold. Really strong, great. And so ends of fingers like that, just there, lovely. And straight hand.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Yeah, and hold. Slightly weaker, nothing like shouting yet.
Okay.
And then these deep in there and hold. Amazing, really good. And then ends of fingers again like that and hold. Slightly weaker, and then use this into under your rib. Yeah, and hold. Really strong, awesome. And then ends of fingers. Let me just locate it. Oh, is that a bit sore?
A little bit.
Yeah, that feels quite firm there.
Yeah, that's quite sore there.
And hold. Yeah, okay,
Yeah.
see the difference. And then here
Okay.
And hold. Okay. Now you can release. And I'm just going to have another little feel, and then give me a straight arm and hold. And hold. Yeah, I had a feeling about that one. So kidneys and adrenals came up.
Okay.
Practically everything else passed, apart from this one, which is called the Houston valve. Okay. So it's in the digestive system, and it's the valve that's at the end of the colon. Okay. So whereas this valve here is at the start of the colon. Okay. You know, in between the small intestine and the large colon. That felt okay, and it's less tight when I'm touching it. This side was quite firm. And with your consultation form, you said digestively sometimes it's not great.
Yeah, so again, I think that's all linked to my endo, I believe.
It will be. Yeah.
So sometimes it's fine, sometimes it's not.
How is it at the moment?
Not too bad at the moment. Yeah. Not too bad, yeah.
Okay. So I think I need to treat it today. Yeah. Because especially being a first treatment, I just want to, it's like tick that box. I need to make sure that if you're going to come back, I have treated your abdomen. Yeah, because it's one of the big things to do, because I can then also have a check of you, but also treat various things that weren't so happy. A lot of it was actually passing. Good. But which is nice for you. Yeah. I mean, so I'll tell you what passed. So your liver, gallbladder, your anxiety point, which is, considering you've got endometriosis, I'd have thought there'd be quite a tight anxiety point there. Stomach passed, spleen, but then not particularly the Houston valve. Ren, which is a Chinese meridian, was good. And that's an interesting one, because it's also called the conception vessel. We've got a conception meridian running from here all the way to underneath us in a long line with lots of key meridian acupressure or acupuncture points all the way along it. So this is quite a key line to do with conception, i.e. the reproductive system. Okay. Yeah. So that was good that it passed. And then I checked the kidneys and adrenals, and they need some TLC. Right. So I'm going to give you some tissue. Yeah. And you can protect your clothing from the oil by tucking this around the bottom of your t-shirt.
Thank you.
And then that around the top of your waistband. So I'm just going to have a look at which oils to use with you. So I'm just going to pick a few out, bearing in mind your consultation form, and then I'll kinesiology test you for them just to double check that those are correct with you.
Great.
Yeah, so I'm going to use rose geranium. I'm not going to tell you which ones I'm testing you for at the time. Pettigrain. Maybe German chamomile, inflammation, and Roman chamomile. We need some clearing, so peppermint, lavender, lemon, cedarwood to clear. Yeah, clary sage. Where are you, Clary? There we are. And maybe bergamot. So we've got quite a few here to test. Okay, so can you, with that hand, just bend your elbow and give me a little finger and thumb? Yeah. I'm going to try and pull apart and hold. Really strong, lovely. So with this hand, can you touch that on there? And I'm going to try and pull and hold. We don't like that one. It's quite obvious, isn't it? Interesting, okay. And hold. How different.
That's crazily different.
So you do want Roman chamomile and you don't want bergamot.
Okay.
That's fine. I think it's because your body knows that there are, bergamot's lovely, but maybe there are better things. So if I'm only going to choose 3 or 4 oils, it's saying no, there are some bigger hitters here. Yeah.
I see, I see.
And hold. Okay, good, but you opened slightly. And hold. Really strong. Okay. Peppermint. Yeah, so very clearing, cleansing, obviously digestively amazing. And hold. No. Okay, we don't want rose. That's interesting. Very hormonal balancing.
Okay.
And hold. No. Blue chamomile we don't want, but we do want Roman chamomile.
So specific.
Yes. Okay, rose geranium and hold. No. Again, hormonal balancing. Okay, and hold. No. That's all right. We've got 2 goodies there. 2 more to check. And hold. Open slightly. So, you know, we want the best really. And hold. Okay, much better. Clary sage. That's a really nice mix then. So we've got peppermint that's very cleansing, cleaning, really good for headaches, really good. Obviously used in foot treatments a lot, very cooling. Yeah, I can see it working with the abdomen. And then clary sage, hormonal balancing. It's used a lot with, it's used in childbirth as well because it takes away pain.
Interesting.
And Roman chamomile, so anti-inflammatory. So it's really interesting what your body has picked because you've got 3 different oils from 3 different camps of the reason that I would use them.
Okay.
So peppermint, clary sage is a herb, Roman chamomile is a flower.
Oh wow.
And
That is so
peppermint, I
interesting.
suppose, is it classed as a herb?
I don't know.
Peppermint. Well, it is a herb, isn't it? Because of mint. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
it's
I
a
suppose
herb.
it would be,
yeah.
wouldn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. So you've got 2 herbs and 1 flower. I'll just. Right, so I've put 3 drops of each in organic sunflower oil. Just mixed them. I'm just going to apply it to your lovely tummy. It'll help that scar as well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah. Do you use essential oils at all at home?
I don't really know.
No.
Would you suggest to use them more?
Yeah. So I'm just having a feel. Does that feel funny, me touching it?
No, it doesn't actually, no.
Okay. So yeah, that scar tissue there would benefit from some lavender essential oil.
Okay.
If it's a really good make of lavender and you're under a clinical aromatherapist like myself, then I would say, yeah, use it neat, regularly on there, and it'll take away. You could probably feel there is some scar tissue there.
Yeah, I
some
think
bulking up.
yes, because that one feels different to my other 3.
Okay.
I don't know whether it was any different.
Yeah.
One that when they were doing, I obviously don't know.
It might have been
a
bigger.
Yeah, possibly.
And so they've put the skin over like this rather than like this. That's why it feels bulked. Yeah. So lavender regularly, like at least daily.
Right.
Just applied. You don't need to massage it. Just
Right.
applied, and that will help with the redness, any pain, and obviously it's 2 months now, so it won't get infected now. And the scarring.
Oh, brilliant.
So I can give you some to take home.
Oh, that'd be great, thank you.
So can I just bring this a little
of
bit
course,
lower?
yeah.
Just so I've got access to your whole tummy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I can see your lower scars now. There you go, get the oil on them. So this is a lovely abdominal Chinese massage, and I'm going to start off with this. It's really interesting when I do this massage. It's called an Anmo fu. It's a repetition of a series of techniques, and we repeat 3 times. So I'm on the first at the moment. And by the time I get to the second, it's so much calmer.
Really?
By the time I get to third, you're going, oh, I'm really enjoying this. But the first, I know you haven't said anything, but the first I can sort of tell is almost like, oh, I don't know what's coming, it's unpredictable, my stomach's going, don't know if I like this at the moment.
It is, it's a very weird sensation.
Yeah, well, we don't really have our abdomens massaged.
No, that is very,
right, I mean,
very
some
true.
people might do, but...
Oh,
hello. Hello, that's good. That's really good. I'm always very complimented when I hear some tummy rumbles.
Speaking to you.
Yeah, having a little conversation. No, when there is noise, it means it's relaxing. It means it's taking on the healing and it's letting go. You know, we don't want our muscle to be, tough and strong. We need it to be soft and go with the flow and relaxed. Yeah.
Already feels less tender on this side.
Good. Of course, this is where the Houston valve was a bit tender earlier when you were touching it. Tell me if it's too much at all, won't you?
Yeah, no, it's all good at the moment.
That's better, lovely. It keeps springing back.
Just the elasticating waistband.
Nice.
Got to be comfy, haven't you?
Oh, totally. I mean, that will help your abdomen as well. You don't want tight things around, tight jeans and things, and because that will rearrange what's going on inside as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah. No, it needs to be relaxed. I mean, obviously exercise is good and toning or fitness, whatever type of exercise. But we don't want to just be compressing from the outside.
Yeah, no, that's true actually.
Yeah. So this is the part where I'm just having a little feel, tune into the body, seeing what comes up. So I'm just feeling the lower abdomen below the navel, over the ICV, up around the ascending colon. It's not too bad here, that's really softening now. So this is the anxiety point, and then stomach, spleen. Oh, lovely. Lovely grumbles.
It is tight there compared to the rest of the abdomen, but actually it's much softer than it was when I started. So I'm just calming and cooling it down with that lovely peppermint in the correct direction. And the whole time I'm working with the abdomen, I'm instilling intention, instilling that wonderful feeling of extending care and healing, just wanting, intending for the area to be soft and palpable, to let go, to heal, to be in the flow, lovely, relaxed, everything's okay affirmation deep to the abdomen. So, starting off the series again, and the abdomen feels so much better. I know that it can feel even a lot better than this, so maybe with a few treatments this will just heal more and more and more. Of course, what happens with pain is the muscles will seize and cramp. When we're in pain, we recoil and tighten, go into like a spasm posture of body. And you know, you can only feel sorry for a body that's in pain, because all of the body will feel it, because all of the muscles will spasm. And so having a little treatment and TLC will help reduce tightness all over the body, helping to soothe and reassure all of the muscles, the body, the psyche, that everything's okay. It can heal. Okay, so before I cover you up, I just want to retest a couple of places that weren't too happy earlier.
Yeah.
So with this hand, can you, before I do that, I'm just going to open your Houston valve.
Okay.
So can you take 3 nice long breaths?
I can.
Okay, so I was hooking behind the Houston valve, and then with a deep out breath, I push the intention of that valve in the correct manner outwards towards the hip. And then we're going to do the same again with the ICV. 3 deep breaths. Yeah, it can do that. It just feels like it's a bit of a shock at the time, but you know, it needs doing. Okay, that's good. So, can you put, which hand did I test? This one. So 2 fingers deep into there, and then just, I think it was a straight arm, wasn't it? Yeah. Just give me a nice strong arm and hold. Lovely. Okay, because that just dropped earlier.
Yeah.
Right, you can relax that. I'm just going to test kidneys. Straight arm again and hold. Oh, brilliant. No brainer. And hold. Exactly the same again. So kidneys and adrenals, absolutely fantastic.
Good.
So you'll feel that better in. So kidneys help with fluid recycling. So getting rid of waste materials.
Okay.
Any toxins, etc. But also the adrenals, which sit just above it, are to do with any stress levels, cortisol, fight or flight feeling, coping with what comes your way, you know. So you will find that you'll cope better, you'll be calmer and more considered.
That's exactly what we wanted. Yeah. That's brilliant, thank you.
Okay, so I'd like you to turn over if that's okay.
Absolutely.
Hang on a sec. Thank you. That's all right. Okay, arms down by your sides.
Yeah.
Just relax your body. Lovely. So I'm just having a look at what your body's telling me. I think there's some tightness here.
Okay.
So I'll work on that. Coming from the spine, maybe. It's quite low down, but about L4. Okay, so just going to have a feel of your back now with some Tuina. And feeling into your hips. See what your pelvis is telling me, because a lot of endometriosis can be caused because of misalignment of the pelvis. If the pelvis isn't correctly oriented, so it might be dropped or twisted on one side, it might be soft one side and tight the other on the fascia and the muscles, and therefore twisting it around. It might be from injury, accident, or just repetition of our posture. So just feeling into the glutes, A little bit of tightness here, that's probably a bit sore there, isn't it?
A little bit, yeah.
And then the lumbar, up the sacrum. Shifting well. A little bit receded here, that's probably sore there as well, isn't it?
Sore there, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, and then into upper back. Yeah. So it could all do with some improvement. You will feel a lot of benefit from this. But there are some areas that are calling a little bit louder. So not only am I using my hands against the spine, pushing with my femoral muscle on the base of the hand against the spine, rocking, hoping for some of that lovely rolling effect of the spine to the hips, because that will then massage and exercise the hips. But also I'm moving against the muscle, got a lovely muscle across here to the hips, and then the erector spinae alongside the spine. So I'm not pressing on the spine now, but I'm pressing on the muscle length. So if you like, we're bending the muscle. Instead of forcing it to relax by pushing it down, I'm pushing against the side of it to bend and lengthen it. And that helps to encourage looseness and softness of the muscle. And then picking it up, squeezing between two hands and thumbs, while bending it with the thumbs at the same time. And then the same for the top trap, trapezius across the top of the shoulder to the deltoid. And then bouncing that muscle down, encouraging it to lengthen and then recoil, spring back, using the body as a tool to push against, and then when it springs back, the pelvis rocks gently from side to side, which is fantastic for pelvic alignment. And the orientation of the organs held in the pelvis, all the reproductive system, digestive, our lymph. Of course, our nerves and circulation. A little bit tight on this side, just on that muscle. And then coming up to that place in the traps. It's not as bad this side, I don't think. It was the left side that was tight, just at the bra line around T10. So just looking at the back. And then working on the foot, and I'll be doing some hip correction using the leg as a lever. And then pushing the leg into the pelvis before using it as that lever to gently raise the opposite hip. That's it, beautiful. Really trusting me and letting go. Lovely. That's great. One more. Smooth and aligned. So, feeling into that toe with a few clicks. That's it. Clicks have gone. And then pushing that shoulder blade down off the toe pad and then down from the kidney and adrenal down the ureter to the bladder. Reflex points of the foot. Okay, nice and slowly take a couple of deep breaths and then gently turn over onto your back. So I'm just working on the reflex points of the reproductive system, telling the ovaries everything's okay, calm, calm, everything's okay. And then the uterus, and the fallopian tubes. Move your hair to the top. Lovely. So just how you feel of the upper thoracics, and some of them feel a bit tight, particularly on the right hand side, a little bit stuck. Just need a bit of encouragement to loosen and work separately to the other vertebrae. Yeah, they're coming good now. And then T1 that was really tight a moment ago is now loosening. And that's what happens once you work on the ones around a tight area. It encourages the initial area to let go as well. That's good. And then loosening into the neck. That might feel a little bit sore, but looks like we're coping with it at the moment.
It's sore, but in like a weirdly nice way.
Yeah. Like, you know, you're going to feel better afterwards.
Absolutely.
Again, particularly on the right hand side, got 2 fingers on about, could be C2. Yeah, it's quite high up, C2. So we'll just have a little feel by holding just under the occiput and let go, let go, let go. And let your head let go and tilt all the way back. Even the most minute muscles letting go. Heavier and heavier. Stay heavy. Okay, turning the head to have a look at the length of the cervical spine. Ooh, hello. Very tight. So I'm seeing a lot of tight necks, probably because of phones and laptops and looking down. And if we could possibly look at our phones in front of us instead of beneath us, it would probably really help our necks, because even a tiny movement tilted forwards with the head will put a huge strain, much heavier than the head itself because of the forward tilt, onto the neck. And then the neck tends to react by tightening. It thinks it needs to be really stiff and tight in order to support a front tilted head. So it's doing it to help you, to protect us. We all do it. But actually, if we could just keep our head level rather than chin down, we wouldn't have such tight necks, and then we wouldn't be so vulnerable to headaches and insomnia and depression and anxiety and lots of other reasons that are caused by a tight neck. Yeah, it's tight on this side. So I'm just shifting the spinal processes one at a time forward, like levering. This might feel a bit sore, does it?
Yeah, that is a little bit sore, yeah.
But you're coping.
Yeah, no, it's all good.
Yeah, this is worse.
Yeah, that one is worse.
Yeah. So this is quite a big vertebra here, C2. And when it's stuck in one place, it's a little bit obstinate and doesn't want to move, and that's why it's sore. And of course, all the fascia, which means all the soft tissue around it, so muscle, ligament, tendon, will also bulk up and tighten. It's not used to being soft and palpable. So when it is palpated like this, it'll just go, ah, what's that? Don't like it at all. So your neck's gone nice and rosy, which is a really good sign. I want the blood flow to come here. I want it to be my friend and help me treat this area. Yeah, so I'm just shifting neck from side to side, really tight at that right C2. But it's moving. It's a lot better than it was.
Okay.
All the way down to T1, thoracic 1. And the muscle feels better as well, so that's the sternocleidomastoid muscle. We're going to do that head release, the neck release again, so just let go. I've got you. So I'm at the point where the neck reaches the head at C1 and the occiput. And what happens when we try and create some space between the C1 and the occiput by putting a row of fingers in a straight line along that joint is the head naturally tilts. It tilts back, which we can do to ourselves, but not very thoroughly with a straight line under the occiput. You really need someone else to do it for you. And once you're in this place, as a therapist or receiving, you could stay here for hours. It's just such an amazing feeling, because the brain, the head, the glands, the nerve, cerebral spinal fluid, everything here, there's a lot of lymph as well and blood circulation, is all receiving a huge influx of circulation. It's being relieved of its weight, and it's being told everything's okay, you can let go. And then a nice neck stretch. Let go, yes. And then supporting the head and neck while bouncing the shoulder down, just gently encouraging the head to one side while bouncing the other shoulder. This is quite a tight shoulder because there's not much bounce coming back at me when I push. It should be a lot more than that, but I think with the odd treatment that will soften. Same on this side, bouncing the shoulder. Oh, interesting, there's a bit more bounce here.
The bouncier side.
And yet the neck on this side was tighter. Interesting. And then a little bit of Gong floats on the cranial system, just balancing, relieving, tuning into the temporal and the occiput at the moment. And now wanting to work on the sphenoid. The sphenoid is highly important that it's aligned correctly. The sphenoid is a bone that if you were to take it out of the head, it would look like a moth with huge eyes flying towards you, because it contains the eye holes and then the bone around the brow line and to the sides of the head, going out down the sides of the head, so quite a large bone. And on top of it sits the pituitary gland. And so it's really important for the sphenoid to be aligned correctly, not tilted down or up or twisted or biased in one way. It just needs to be level and aligned. And having worked on the Sphenobacillus enchondrosis earlier, the SBS, that will already have kick-started correct alignment of all the cranial bones. And so the sphenoid will already be just shifting back into a position that is at its healthiest for the body. And now just feeling what it's doing. I'm just lifting the tilt of it slightly, so it's tilted slightly more upwards to the front. Lovely. Take a nice long breath. Enjoying being here now. The body is present. The mind is here. The mind acknowledges an amazing sense of self. breathing deeply and sending the breath down to the feet, moving into the toes, stretching out every toe, and then stretching out the soles and turning into the ankles. And moving into the fingers, stretching the palms, turning the wrists. Breathing deeply, extending the abdomen, and then bringing the arms up over the head for a nice long body stretch. And coming back to me when you're ready, opening your eyes in your own time. You okay?
Feeling great.
Oh, good. So I'm just going to retest a couple of things.
Okay.
So can I have this arm and this leg together? And hold. Solid. And hold. Absolutely solid. You've got a lot of strength now. And what I mean is health strength. I'm testing your health, not just how muscly you are. Yeah. Obviously, we retested the abdomen little bits and bobs that weren't happy when we started as well, so they're all okay. And structurally, you're good right now. So I'm hoping that will stay with you for about 5 days. And then after that, I want you to have a couple of days of your body trying to hold on to the repatterning.
Okay.
So for a second follow-up treatment, we'd say maybe come back in about a week. That would be the optimum after a first treatment.
Right.
And then after that, let's see, but maybe a week again, and then start extending them out. But it all depends what your symptoms are, and also when I'm testing what I find in each treatment. But whether you want this as a one-off, that's absolutely fine, and you'll still feel benefits from it. Or whether you want to look to long-term health, then we can work together.
No, that would be great. That would be. Thank you very much.
So thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me.
Oh.
I feel great now.
Good. Well, you can move when you're ready.
Thank you so much.